What is up? My name is Johnny Burgess, and I'm going to be your coach here at Anatomy Bar. Today, we are talking about the main mistakes people are making that is leaving progress on the table. I want you to be efficient and maximize your time in the gym. So, without too much delay, let's get right into it. As you guys can see, I am warming up my shoulders, doing something I call shoulder threading. I'm using a simple yellow band that I ordered off of Amazon, but I'm sure you guys could use a belt, even a shoestring, anything that's long enough that allows you to have tension in your shoulders while you do this dynamic warm-up. All of my workouts, I absolutely must start with the dynamic warm-up because the last thing I want is to get injured. And with my training, I was taught to limit the risk of injury as much as possible. So the last thing anyone wants is to get injured. So first, you guys got to mark your territory, grab your weights, put them by your station, right? Make sure you know where you're going to be at. But being intentional kind of precedes being prepared, right? So as you see, I have this gym bag here, and I know that I sweat a lot, so I always carry my trusty bandana. I always keep this thing because I hate dripping all over machines. I feel like it's gross. I feel like people looking at me like, why is he sweating so much? So I try to limit that as much as possible and collect as much sweat as I can here. And I still have to have, a rag or something to keep it from dripping all over the place. But anyway, major thing. I don't know about you guys, but I do not trust how clean the gym is. I always put my shirt on the bench, even after wiping it or without wiping. It doesn't matter. I'd rather lie on my shirt and wash it in the laundry later. I'm always using my shirt because I don't know what chemicals they're putting in the cleaner. And from my own history of not using a shirt or wiping back in high school or college, I started to develop bumps on my back because I wasn't cleaning the equipment. So clean the equipment, you guys. Other part of this is to be humble. As you see, I'm warming up with just the bar. I feel like some people never do that, and it's so good to just practice the bar path. Make sure your shoulders feel good. Make sure your chest is firing, triceps are firing, wrist feels okay. Take your time. This is not a race. This is a marathon. I'm sure you've heard, but maybe you just forgot. Need a reminder. People need to only compare themselves to themselves. They don't know where anyone else has been at and should therefore pace themselves for wherever they're at. So I'm doing a quick, simple, light, air quotes, light, bench press. I remember I used to struggle on this weight back in the day, but with consistency and progress, you will continue. So the strategy here today is to build up a 1 rep, right? Or see really where my 1 rep max is. And then I'm going to design the program based off of where that is, where percentages of the 1 rep is. Because I feel like people are just not doing that. They're doing the same weights that they're always doing and not really paying attention. So peep the form. There's the posture. I like to get the shoulders really in, the feet tucked under the hips, back slightly arched, and I'm pressing through the chest. I'm doing a couple reps here. Probably should have stopped there since this is really supposed to be just a warm-up, but I decided to go for 3. And when you're warming up your weights and you're going up in weight, you should start to develop that awareness, like, okay, this is heavy, but I can push it, because that's going to be a really important indicator for when you're working out by yourself or determining the PRE, preserved rate of exertion, and knowing, okay, could I have done more weight? Should I do more weight? Is it time for me to progress? So I think that's one thing that really scares people is progressing in an appropriate timeline and just like having the confidence to move the weight, And you should absolutely have confidence with the weights that you know that you can move, because assuming you are sticking to your plan, you are also seeing the weights go up week after week, month after month, year after year. And if you guys don't have a plan, please feel free to click the link in the bio below. I have a free plan that you might love. Now, I will say, to some level, there is a certain bit of exhilaration that I personally get when I work out, which is like the knowing, like, hey, I could actually hurt myself under certain weights. I have to really be here, focused in the now, paying attention, so I can absolutely take everything that it takes for me to move the weight. Yo, big shout out to the homie over here, OG, who ran over to make sure I was safe. He saw that bar moving slow. Yo, had to dap him up real quick. I was like, yo, appreciate the look, you know? And that's one thing about the gym community. We're really supposed to be cool people helping each other, like, just be better and get better. That's why I'm here, because I am absolutely passionate about the gym and being healthy and the best version that I can be, and ultimately trying to get everyone else on the same level. So I got 295. I should be going up, and so I think I will. I'm going to grab homie OG over there and see if he can give me a spot. And that's one other thing, you guys. Make sure you develop that relationship in the gym, too. I think I hear all these things about people not necessarily being social creatures and being nervous about going to the gym, but everyone's there for the same reason, just trying to become better. Everyone had to start at the same place, you know? So by all means, develop relationships with people and see if they can give you a spot, you know? They're going to help you push the weight that you typically wouldn't push by yourself. Well, as you guys see, I did not have it on that set, but it's not about ego in the gym. You're supposed to fail, because what I fail on today, I will succeed in tomorrow. I want you guys to keep that mentality as you move forward in life, you know? I think that's going to be another main thing too. Like, the mentality you have has such a huge effect in regards to how you look at things. You know, is it a failure or is it a step in the right direction? You know, do you go curl up in a ball, or do you hold your chest up and be like, oh, I got that next time, watch? You know, like, it's all in the mind. So anyway, I do a back off set, as I guess some people call it. I really just wanted to see what my max weight was, and now I'm just going to do some controlled sets just to make sure I still have that muscle quality and control in there, right? So I'll do that a few times. I really enjoy doing the pause reps, nice and smooth. I think it's a great way to know that I have control over a weight. Like, people say, oh yeah, I got 225, like, and they're just like repping it, bouncing it, doing it really quickly. I think that's different than having like a nice controlled set of movements. But you know, there's levels, right? Like, I think there should be I got this, and then there's like, oh no, yeah, I play with that. You know, like, I got that type, you know? That's my play weight, what you talk about. So a little something to think about. And I think it's coming back around to like pacing yourself. Like, don't expect just to go from here to there all of a sudden, or you see some big dude in the gym like, oh, I need to do that. Like, no. You don't know what he's been doing. You don't know his genetics. You don't know what he eats. You don't know if he's taken anything. You don't know if he's had a coach. You don't know what his history's like, you know? Just got through a breakup. That's why he's 10% stronger than usual. You don't know what people are going through. So don't really be so quick to look at other people, per se, right? So, just saying. Anyway, a couple more nice light sets. I was playing with the thumb under. Pay attention to the thumb under, thumb over, people. Like, that is not something to play around with. It's never happened to me. It never will, because I try to practice safe sets at all times. Last thing I want is to get injured doing something that I enjoy. Though it might happen here and there, I wanted to reduce the risk as much as possible. So 185, couple pause reps. I think that was 10 reps or something, I don't know. But it felt good. I've been using the Smith machine a lot because I don't always lift with a lifting partner. And so it's good to have to stabilize the bar. It's definitely superior in terms of utilizing more muscle fibers. But the Smith machine is fantastic for those who work out by themselves and want to continue to push limits in a safer manner, right? And ultimately, it really comes down to you being aware of what you're capable of and what it feels like to push with all your might if you have to get that last set, right? The last rep. I don't know about you guys, but I don't see enough people doing close grip bench press. It is an absolutely fantastic exercise. Actually, do a quick test real quick. Hold your arms out in front of you like you're holding a bar close grip and hold it all the way out. Now take one hand and touch your chest. Don't be weird about it. Just see the activation that the close grip gives your chest versus a neutral grip. Hey, and if you guys like to deep dive, make sure you check out a few of my other videos really breaking down the individual aspects of the bench press in ways that you can absolutely apply to the next time you're in the gym. If you have any comments or questions, make sure you put down below. See you in the next one.